Reserve Bank of India Monetary Policy Committee has decided to increase the repo rate by 50 basis points to 4.90%, RBI Governor Shaktikant Das said on Wednesday. This is the second consecutive time the Apex Bank has hiked the key policy rate. Last month, in a sudden announcement, RBI had increased the repo rate by 40 basis points. Das said that the National Statistical Office's May 31st provisional data, India's GDP growth in 2021 to 22 was 8.7%. This level of real GDP in 2021-22 has exceeded the pre-pandemic, that is 2019-20 level, he said. The repo rate has climbed to a 2-year high of 4.9% as the inflation surged in the last couple of months due to rising fuel and food prices. All the 6 members of the Monetary Policy Committee, headed by RBI Governor Shaktikant Das, unanimously voted for the latest rate hike. Consumer Price Index based inflation, which RBI factors in while arriving at its monetary policy, galloped for the 7th straight month to touch an 8-year high of 7.79% in April. Meanwhile, RBI upped the country's inflation projection for the current fiscal to 6.7% from 5.7%. Das said the recent spike in tomato prices would fuel food inflation. High global crude oil prices would also exert pressure on inflation. The repo rate is the rate at which the RBI lends money to commercial banks. It is a tool of control inflation in the economy. When the inflation is more than the acceptable levels, the RBI increases the repo rate. Due to the increases of the repo rate, the home loan and other EMIs increases, lowering the demand and liquidity in the inflation system. The reverse repo rate is the rate at which the commercial banks park their funds with the RBI. It is used to control cash flows in the market. It is also increased to encourage banks to park more and more funds with the central bank, thus leaving less money for borrowing. Less money for borrowing means less demands. Less demand in turn translates into lower inflation. And increases in these rates means more expensive home loans and EMIs. Those who have opted for floating EMIs will have to shell out more money until the RBI decreases the rates. Last month, when the RBI increased the repo rate, major lenders like HDFC, SBI and Punjab National Bank had increased the EMIs of homeowners.